Hello. What's going on? I know it's been a month and a half since I made a video, but I figure, the World Championship's happening. I was contacted by the admin at Chess TV, and he convinced me to do some little recaps of the championship match between Anand and Topalov. Sorry, I only started in Game 3, but I was just asked yesterday. So, a few things about this match. Well, it's a 12-game match, and the first two games were decisive. Topalov won Game 1, Anand won Game 2. So yeah, it looks like to be a pretty fiery match so far. They both have pretty aggressive, they have pretty exciting styles, so it could definitely be a lot of action. So, basically, I'm going to also be watching this match with a bit of a rooting interest. I just don't like Topalov. Anand, very nice guy, always friendly to everyone. Topalov, maybe he's friendly, but he has this guy who's his manager who is, basically, Satan. This guy Danilov, accusing Kramnik of cheating, accusing everybody of everything all the time, making all kinds of ridiculous claims. He basically does all of Topalov's dirty work. So Topalov can sit there, pretend to be a nice guy, but we know, I just, when somebody's that closely related to somebody who's, so obviously a scumbag, and Topalov never says anything bad about all the, ridiculous things he does, about the whole Kramnik bathroom cheating scandal is mainly what I'm talking about. So basically, I just don't like Topalov very much. So we're going to look from Anand's point of view. And as usual, when I look at these games, I don't know the result. I've been hiding from the result. I have no idea who wins this game. I'll try each day to do the games a little earlier than I did this time. I didn't realize they started so early in the day, so I could have, done it at 3 or 4, but I didn't realize the starting time. I'm really out of it, huh? And what else? Tomorrow might be really late, so don't expect it to be early tomorrow because I'm going to be going all day. Anyway, let's get started. Probably I don't know how long we'll spend on each game. It kind of depends on the game. Another thing about these guys too is they play so well. I mean, you saw me do this with the U.S. Championship with somewhat lower level players. I've done it with top tournaments too, but these guys, man, they just play like machines. I mean, they're just so strong. So it's going to be tough for me. We're going to go 3 opening sums. So we have a Slav defense here. And again, don't forget, I have no idea who wins this game. I have no idea how many moves the game lasts. I don't know anything. 0 about this game. Every now and it's possible one of the games I may accidentally find the news of who wins or not. But I'm being pretty careful. I have how if you go to Facebook you might see the results. So I have Facebook hidden off my what's it called? My taskbar or my bookmarks. I have it buried in my bookmarks, so I'll never click on it. I have the USCF homepage buried, chess base, so there's no way I'll ever click on that stuff unless I really go out of my way, which is unlikely that I'm going to do that, considering I'm trying to avoid it so much. So this is some kind of mainline Slav. It might be this one with a peace sacrifice. We'll see if it happens. Okay, the one I was referring to was, God, I can't even remember it. Was it this move? No, it's not the move. It's this move, and then something like this, right? And God, I can't remember how it goes. Queen d4, knight e4. Is this the move? I have no idea. But there's some piece sacrifice like that. But instead, Anand plays c5, which I don't know anything about. I assume it's not the worst move ever if he played it. The times should be correct too. So, they're both moving pretty quickly. I assume, well, maybe we can take on d4, but probably we move the bishop back. I don't know, we'll see. It's probably open in theory, so I don't want to spend too much time. As long as they're moving instantly, I'm not going to be spending too much time on what to do. Queen takes, look, endgame. Alright, so let's trade queens with black. I mean, again, a match strategy, you're black, you're usually pretty happy with a draw. So, I mean, obviously, queen takes queen is not a draw. clearly Topalov believes he is better in that position. Let's see. So he does take. So why would Topalov believe he's better here? Because, to the untrained eye, it just looks equal. I mean, to my clearly untrained eye, I would just figure it's relatively equal. There's some things that black... That's one main problem I see for black is this bishop it's just hitting a wall. And it's not so clear how to ever get it into the game. Like maybe someday we go f6, bishop f7, something like that. But it's not like a dream come true, really. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's one main thing. I mean, our rook's close. I don't know, our rook's coming to the file. Still, black should have good chances to hold this. I mean, Topalov's going for the small edge, and these guys are so good that when they get a small edge, it can be deadly. Although on the other hand, Anand's obviously going to be a good defender. I'd be very Anand has almost no chance to win this game. That's kind of how it goes at this level. Okay, how do I explain this? Anand has almost no chance to win. Topalov has a small chance to win. In a normal game where it's more sharp, then usually white has, then both sides have more chances. But I would be really surprised if Anand wins this game. And I'd say Topalov has maybe, 20-25% chance to win, 30, I don't know. I'd say something like 25%, 30% to maybe 5 or 10% for Anand in this position. I mean, I don't even need to know the evaluation. I just know that white is slightly better because there's no way in the world that Topalov would play this position otherwise. So I don't even need to know the evaluation. This maybe makes sense. You use this knight because knight c6 is good, and you one day want to free up that bishop. Maybe go f5. So I don't know. Bishop takes. All right. I mean, really, it's like another thing. Our queen side's a bit weak. Like if we move the rook away, the a pawn's weak, and if we ever play b6. Something like this. But I mean, this is a good move, stops f6. So this bishop's still bad. But I still believe, Anand's going to somehow draw this. I don't know, rook c8, bishop c5. Okay, he plays that move, so he never has to worry about bishop at a7 anymore. And there's no a5 ideas like there was in the b6 move. Rook c1, rook c8 seems so normal to me. What? Oh, okay. Can't move the bishop out because of the G pawn. I'm sorry, it's just such a weird move. I just never... Wow. So he really is that frozen here. I mean, let's see, how quickly did he make this move? Pretty quickly. But, he's spending a little time now, so it may not be, theory anymore. I mean, he can't bring the bishop out, I guess, because of bishop g7. And if he can't bring the bishop out, he can't really complete his development. And he can't go f6 to block it because the bishop takes e6. So I guess he just decided he had to do this. h4. Oh, this stupid bishop. Look at this. It's such a pain, this position already. Why does he never go rook c8? I wonder. I mean, we got to do something about that bishop. I don't know. h5. I would go h5, I guess, instead of h6, because I don't want it to go back to h7. I feel like it's even weaker there. It's harder to reroute it to f6, bishop f7. I don't know. Let's see. Alright, I was wrong. I mean, the only downside is h5. That pawn, it can get a little weak, but okay. Maybe if h5, something like some kind of g6 idea. Let's see what white does. I'm mainly going to be playing this guessing black's moves because I don't like Topalov. He plays great chess. I love his chess. But it's just somehow that whole Kramnik match really rubbed me wrong. And he's done nothing since then to change my mind about his personality. I mean, come on, man. That was just messed up. And there's other instances, I can't remember what they are, but he always makes excuses for Danilov's behavior, and he still seems to think that Kramnik cheated in that match, which, I mean, anything's possible, but I'd be surprised. And also, there's all kinds of accusations about him cheating now, Topalov, with Danilov signaling him moves. I mean, probably he didn't do that, but who knows? I was actually very suspicious of Topalov. Forgive me, this is complete speculation, and I have no shred of evidence whatsoever. But just, that stretch where he became like 2900 strength. I mean, probably it was just luck. Like for a year, he just played out of his mind. But yeah, okay. Listen, I'm being bad. I should not just randomly accuse people. I just didn't like his behavior. You know what it is too. The people that cheat themselves, they're always the ones that are suspicious of other people. But obviously, I have no evidence whatsoever that he cheated. None at all. I'm just kind of talking random trash now. So please don't take this seriously. But alright, so like black's position is still a bit of a pain. We bring the bishop out. I don't know why I don't go to c5. I guess, my instinct would be to just trade pieces when you're, kind of fighting, trying to draw. But I guess he just wants to go king e7, bring the rooks out. This kind of stops all of black's plans of like I don't know. I don't even know what white's plans are. I guess rook d1 seems normal. Now rook d1. Oh my god, man. These guys never play the normal moves. It's going to be so brutal to figure out what these guys are going to do. It just looks like an instinct move, but I guess after king e7 it's nothing. Also, this pawn might get weak someday. So why a5 instead? Why? Knight a4? I don't know. Because black wasn't... who knows, man. King e7. Knight a4. It's hard to spend so much time in this game because it's just like not really the most exciting. At least, not yet. Not so much is happening. The problem is this rook is still paralyzed. Because I want to just bring the rooks to the center. Maybe f6 doesn't seem horrible, but we'll see. Oh, he does it. So now our pieces are free, and we can go bishop g8 someday. And it's like white's a bit better, but I'll be really surprised if he wins this. Because think about it, what's white's plan? It's just not so easy. Like white has no real pawn breaks. Like white can't really do anything with his pawns, which is going to make it hard to win. I think. We're going to go put a rook on c8, and I'm just not so sure. But if you can't move your pawns and you can't break through anyway, I don't see what he's going to do. So I honestly predict that Anand will draw this. I feel more confident than I did like 10 moves ago. But let's see a few moves. e4. Okay. He's going for the break. See, in my very quick glance, I realized I could take this, but rook b1 could be annoying. I mean, this is probably very annoying. So black's up a pawn, but some pressure. But you got to be sure. I mean, after this move, the only way to keep the pressure is rook b1. And then we can do this and rook a7, but like I'm not so sure. I mean, probably this is good because of here knight c5 and something here. Probably. Even that's not so clear because when we take and they take, we're threatening the knight, and actually white might just be winning here, or black might be winning because the rook moves we take on d4, and if they took with this, we do this, and we're up some material. So I don't know. This is the first time for real calculation, but I mean. Based on that quick calculation, it seems like black can just take. Of course, I could be missing something because these guys are big geniuses. But where did I put the bishop? On d6? Yeah. It's good to control c7. Yeah, and if we can't keep up the pressure, it's not going to be good. I mean, like obviously, can this work? Okay, first of all, black could take with something other than the rook, but there's no way. I mean, like something like this wins a piece. And if I don't know, I mean that's no good. I mean, so this was like the only real attempt, I think. Okay, and then okay, so then we take here, and this a pawn's deadly. And if we can't do something about that a pawn, we're going to be screwed here. That's for sure. So like, let's say we try to do something like this. Excuse me for the yawn. It's late at night. It's pretty late, so You'll have to forgive me. I mean, yeah, this looks like trouble. I mean, even this move. I mean, even though it looks ridiculous, like this might be okay. But also probably just defending this pawn somehow. Like, I'm not sure how exactly, but I don't know. Maybe bishop b6, maybe bishop c3. I don't know. I just have a very bad feeling. Unless Anand sees some move here that diffuses everything, I don't think he should go for it. So he probably won't take then. All right, so he doesn't. What the heck is this move? What's going on? What's happening? Why did he? I just don't understand, man. These guys, man, I don't understand what they're doing sometimes. I mean, maybe he got caught in something. Like, maybe he was... Like maybe this b4 turns out to be a weakness? I don't know. Like, he must have had some idea behind this move. But, like, I'm just thinking, why not? Why aren't we just taking this? Is he going to do this now? I mean, this is a big plan. Actually, it's kind of annoying. Because if king takes, knight takes c5 and knight b7. Jeez, man, these guys play good. So he played bishop here. Can we take with the bishop instead? And then with the knight. And that looks much safer, right? Because we can defend everything with the knight. So bishop takes looks good. Oh, but no, then there's this freaking knight b6 move. Oh! My Topalov, man. Hate this guy. These guys, man, they're so good. They're like mini Ribkas. I mean, they don't see everything, of course, near like Ribka, but they see. They just understand chess. They understand perfectly. They see so much. I mean, like the amount that they calculate, it's unbelievable. These two guys. I mean, man, oh man. What should I do? I don't know, man. Oh my goodness. It's 1:30 while I'm doing this. So I'm so sorry for yawning. It all looks annoying. Wow. What a nice maneuver. I mean, I guess we could take, and then can we do something other than capture? Like rook c7 maybe, and then rook c8, and then capture later. It's a possibility. I mean, this is just a lose exchange, so I don't see how that's going to work, especially with this crap bishop on h7. The other one, let's just look one more time. I don't know. I mean, we could also not take that, but it looks hard to believe. You know, like this move to take on a5, but I mean, this is probably pretty equal if we just take it. Probably. White still should be better after takes because, you know, this bishop on a7 still out of play, but I feel like we can defuse it somehow. But we also have rook b1 here, which is a big pain. Maybe it's okay though, you know, because now didn't really gain so much. I don't know, it's an option. Let me take a closer look at this. Because, you know, actually it's not such a bad option. Rook b1, rook b8 seems okay. So, I mean, this one's worthless. We just take on c5. So he has to take with this. And now I was thinking, you know, maybe something like rook c5, maybe something like bishop g8. You know, it's not. I mean, rook c5, he can move the bishop away. But, you know, we just go here. Seems okay. I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to sit here all night, but based on my quick analysis, that's what I'd do. And I'll be very proud of myself if I ever predict like a move sequence like that with these guys, man. It's hard to do. Alright, I was obviously wrong. I mean, who knows why. Let's see what Anand came up with. Well, I actually said he could also do this and you know, play some other move here, like rook c7. Bishop G8. I don't know. Let's see. Rook C7 seems most natural to me. Alright, you know, okay. This is the other option I gave. So, you know, I don't know what was precisely wrong with the other line, but, you know, maybe he just liked this one better. Knight B6. You know, it's going to turn into something quite similar now, right? Well, actually, he doesn't have to take on B6. He can go Rook D8 or something. But, you know, it is pretty similar. Because I remember I even suggested maybe Rook C5 here, but clearly Topalov doesn't mind that position. I wonder what the deal is. I'm looking at some crazy stuff, but there's no way it can be good. I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. It can't be good. I'm looking at this move. And then after this, I'm looking at this move. I mean, this is just, it's like fantasy chess. And somehow they're like hoping these pawns queen. But, you know, it's like really a fantasy. I mean, because the bishop's out of play and stuff. Let's just try to real quickly check a line. Probably we want to bring the king in, and then we just go here, and then we'll go here. No fun. Yeah, pawn takes here, rook c5. I don't know. I mean, this is what I looked at earlier. I wasn't so sure why White would have anything here. Like, unless there's some big sequence I didn't understand. Like maybe some other piece sack like this. The reason I'm looking at these piece sacks is because this b pawn's so strong and this bishop's so out of play. So I mean, like we can maybe have lines where we take all kinds of pawns off. You know, it's actually kind of scary. So let's say we take this, for example, and then we have this move. You know, this bishop's still so out of play that it's kind of scary. Even stronger may be this move with the idea of b7 and rook c8. It's actually, you know, it's actually quite an issue here, actually. Huh. This bishop d5 move, huh? Because what I really see, the thing is, a normal bishop move, I just want to go here, and you know, I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to take anything. You know, I'm just going to go here in solid position. But this move, you know, it's like I mean, we have to take because otherwise White's going to get this pawn, which is really probably very annoying. Like rook c8, I'm going to say the move and not make them on the board, but rook c8, rook takes rook, bishop b7, rook a5, and like rook b1 or something. The b6 pawn should be too strong. Hope you guys followed that. Which, yeah, I mean, it's like this kind of cool move, right? I mean, it has to go here. I was going here to defend g. I mean, I actually like this. I like this a lot for White. I think this is a problem. So let's see what Anand does. Okay, he doesn't take it. I have a strange feeling that's why. Because otherwise I couldn't see anything. But that's a cool idea, bishop d5. You guys probably can find... I can find the analysis after the game somewhere, I'm sure. So, he takes it now. Rook takes... but, you know, again, looks pretty solid. I mean, looks like he's solidified again. I mean, at some point we got to defend this c pawn, so probably like bishop b3 or something. Bishop a2, I don't know. Bishop b3 probably. Bishop d3, okay. I don't know the difference. I guess he wants to keep the b file open for the rook. Man, it's going to be a draw now, I think. I just don't... you know, once black goes e5, man, I just don't see it. Of course I missed this move. But it's still, I don't understand how this is anything. Okay, I see. No, I don't see. What I'm thinking is, see, he's gonna, if bishop takes rook a7, so he's actually not planning to take. He's planning to make some rook move and win this pawn the slow way, like rook b1 first, followed by rook b6, followed by taking, and the a pawn, hopefully, he's hoping is going to be, like, give him the advantage. You see these guys, they always find the way to try they always find like the way to just push it. You know, if pawn takes, it's kind of interesting too. Oh, because now bishop takes, rook c6. So, but even this should be equal, right? I mean, as long as we can win this pawn back, it should be. It's a dead draw. So this is probably a draw too, because I don't see how white makes progress. And the thing is, here it's not so clear that you can improve so easily, because if a move like rook b1, I don't know, maybe you still can. Like, I was thinking rook b7, but even here, now bishop a6, and now rook b6 is kind of annoying. So we'll see. That's basically the idea, I think. Wow, so he just doesn't take it. The third option. I mean, probably he was scared of those positions, and he finds like the real nice... I'm assuming the move's good because Anand played it. That's the thing. When I see these guys play, I just assume that most of their moves are good. You know, and it's different. Like some like American GMs, like any of them, you know, except for the very top guys, I can certainly conceive of... I mean, you know, they could play a move and I can say, I just don't like that move. And I can feel like some sense of confidence occasionally. It's very hard with these guys because they're just so good. I mean, the level that they're on, man. I feel ridiculous. Like, unless I know for sure, I feel almost like I'm just not qualified to say that I prefer a move over the one they played. But yeah, this looks like a good idea because he's just trying to stay solid, hold on to the a-pawn, keep the symmetry. You know, he doesn't want to make an imbalance of a c-pawn versus an a-pawn. Because the a-pawn's always like tougher to stop. You know, it's on the outside, the king's far away from it. And it's like further past, it's already on a5. You know, if we had, just to demonstrate, like if we had some endgame like this where white takes an a6, the a-pawn's much more dangerous than the c-pawn because it's so much more advanced. And it's harder for black's pieces to get over there. So rook d6, probably has to take on b7. Probably it's going to be hard to win, but I mean, again, white can push with like rook b1. Of course, I guessed wrong. I guess he just wants to double. I mean, white's still pushing. Well, what if rook b2? I don't understand. He's just giving up the... He's just sacking the g-pawn, maybe? I mean, that seems crazy. It's possible, I guess. I don't know. Because the thing is, if this move... I mean, this is pathetic. This is pathetic because the rook's boxed in. But like this, I mean... You know, we're really pushing it. I guess his idea is to go a quick rook b1 to b6. Maybe this is something to worry about. I was thinking rook a6, but you know, probably he has made some calculation here. like you know, all kinds of rook infiltrations are happening that are. I can understand how they could be very dangerous. I don't know which one's the best, but you know, like for example, let's say something like this happens. All right. Take. I mean, the king has to defend. Like, this wins the bishop straight up. And if this move, I mean, come on. You know, like, this looks like really bad. I mean, bishop g6 is an idea, and then, like, I don't know how quite to, keep the pressure. But, okay, even this move. Just defend the a-pawn. Next move, take on a6. I mean, this is, like, worst case scenario, you know. So something does look wrong about that. So I think white's ready to sacrifice that pawn, and black's not going to take it. You know. So he played bishop f7. I guess rook c1. Oh no, he's maybe ready to sack that pawn too. Because I feel like if he wants to win, he just has to go quickly on the queen side. But g4 is also playable because you know rook b2 no longer wins a pawn. So all right, king e3, interesting. Why do you do that? I don't know. Sorry, I'm getting tired here. Long game. Or a long game still to go, so I don't want to spend too much time. But I still feel like black's going to hold this. But, you know, white's trying. You know, white set up a lot of little tricks that I feel like a lot of lesser players could have fallen for. Especially, you know, I have the benefit of moving the pieces around. You know, it's easier that way. I mean, I can easily imagine, you know, falling into one of these tricks. I feel like this bishop d5 move and that one line, that piece sack, was really interesting. I want to look at the analysis afterwards. E5. Alright. I just feel like he's going to draw this now. I mean, there's bishops into the game. But still, that a-pawn, man, it's still a pain. Bishop b5 now might be enough. If rook c7, rook d7. And if rook takes, king takes. And that seems okay. Rook b1, king c6, it seems okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems okay to me. I don't know what he does. Alright. Yeah, of course, he doesn't do it. There's got to be some reason, because it simplifies so quickly. So what could it have been? I just don't know. I just do not know. That doesn't even help. I mean, I'm looking like all the exchanges don't seem to help much, like for white. So I don't know why I didn't do it, but he does this instead. I just feel like it simplifies everything. I mean, these guys are so good again that I'm probably missing something somewhere, but maybe you can move the bishop back, I guess, but it's not so exciting. Like if takes, rook takes, and this a-pawn is weak, and if rook here, rook d7. If check, rook if check, rook b1 maybe? Maybe rook b1, maybe that's the move. Yeah, rook b1. Big pain in the butt. I didn't see it right away, I only saw it later. So that's probably the annoyance. There's always some trick these guys have. It's just annoying because we never want to take with the pawn, because then, also we can start piling up on it with rook b3, and it's pinned to this rook and b7. Rook c5. Oh my god, these games are so. Wow, now he goes here. Because now if rook b1, rook d3, and we actually don't mind taking with the pawn, I think, because of some stuff like this and b4. That's why I quickly restated that it was because of the pin in the last line. So now he feels fine because rook d1 doesn't work. I think that's the reason. So he takes it. And does he take with the rook or the pawn? I would guess the pawn, but I'm not sure. There's all these little decisions matter a lot. If rook takes, white's only chance is rook takes b5, pawn takes b5, and then rook b1. Doesn't that just win the pawn, actually? They just went to pawn, so he's probably not going to do that. Yeah, he's not going to do that. He has to take with the pawn. And then if rook b1, he at least has b4. If rook c7, he has either rook d7 or takes first. Yeah, so he's got to take with the pawn. Okay, he does. Rook b1, and now I assume b4. I mean, what else? He's going to lose the pawn otherwise. Alright, rook b3. This is going to be just a long. I mean, obviously Topalov tries to win everything forever. This a-pawn's annoying, but I mean, I can imagine. I imagine we're going to be able to hold this. I really imagine that this is going to be a draw. I don't know, rook d4 seems like a nice solid move. Okay, that move seems solid too. I just didn't want to, that's why I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to let the king in. Oh, I'm sorry. Rook d4 a6. I was going to just go rook a7. I was hoping that would be enough, but okay, but we can just simplify now with rook a7. That should be a draw. Just take, and this move doesn't even. Yeah, this is actually. Gotta be a little careful here, actually. Goodness. The good news is probably passive defense works, because the king and pawn endgame should always be a draw, because we can always, like, if we take the rooks off the board, we can hide our king here and go back and forth forever. And white can do nothing. Ever. So we always have these 3 squares to just go back and forth on. So that means, like, passive defense, like this move, like rook a8, followed by, some check. I mean, whatever. We can always just check forever. And we can always set up to go to e7. It should be just a draw. So let's take a look at what happened. He did this. Rook b4, rook a5, take, check. King f8, king e2. I imagine they're going to draw very soon. The only advantage he has here is that black's king is out of play, but any time he can go rook a8 to e8 to e7, and it should be easy draw. This is just going to be a draw. Alright, they're going back and forth now. The game was obviously agreed drawn. Okay, interesting. I'm going to real quickly try to find this some analysis on another website. Probably ChessBase would have it. I'm doing this off the off screen, so here we go. So this is what we just looked at. Right. Anand chooses a solid variation. You can read the screen. Rook g8 novelty, a very logical move which turned out to be a novelty. So that was the weird move that surprised me. The old move is rook c8, but this says white gets a big advantage after knight e2. Alright, whatever. I kind of want to look at a5 exclamation point. This move seems strange at first sight since I couldn't figure out what white's plan was. Okay, I'm gonna look at it off screen and show the moves on this board, because it's probably more interesting, and that way I can analyze stuff. So real quickly, they say that this move used to be played, and then knight e2 is good somehow. And then after rook g8, h4, h6. And it says the point is that bishop e7 is losing to some... Oh, this move, okay. In between move. Alright, so white wins a pawn. Whatever. So he plays rook g8, novelty. Impossible for me to figure that out, of course. All these moves, it doesn't really give too much info. King f2 said king f2 made some sense also. a5 exclam. Bishop b4 is challenging but dangerous, it says. Well, let's not spend too much time on every single possibility. Knight a4, f6. So b4. So let's see if we got that analysis right. It says if bishop takes b4 is too risky because of rook b1, bishop a5, rook b7, rook b8, and it says bishop c5 check here, which I totally overlooked for some reason. Rook hb1, it says rook takes, king d6 exclamation point, and white is okay, black is okay. But it says bishop check, king e8, and then some stuff takes here, and then unclear position. I don't know what's going on here, why this is the way that white should play. I guess we're going to win one of the pawns, the e pawn, the a pawn, whatever. He says white should be a bit better. Okay. It looks like bishop takes wasn't so bad then. Bishop c5. So does he even suggest my... Doesn't even mention the other... Oh no, knight c5. Okay, sorry. If it doesn't even consider knight takes c5. The analysis that I'm looking at. It only looks at bishop takes c5. It also says knight c5 for white was interesting. But bishop takes, pawn takes, and it says rook c6 made some sense too. But rook c7. So, and it doesn't ever look at anything that any of my cool stuff. Like no consideration at all to knight takes b6. That's no fun, huh? Because, I don't know. Was it really so simple? I don't know. I mean, it could just be that, I don't know. We're going to look at that in Fritz afterwards, because I'm kind of curious. Alright, I don't really need to see the rest of this analysis here. Because all the interesting things I was looking at wasn't mentioned. Topalov has announced that he will not offer or accept draws, so this is the only way to avoid playing on for hours, is to repeat. Wow, that's awesome. Well, I like him for that. Wow, why won't he do that? I mean, that's good for the fans. Oh, another thing is, that the match is being held in Bulgaria, and I mean, I don't know. I'm sure Topalov wasn't involved in that. That was probably other people. But how they wanted to not delay the start of the match when there's like the volcano and Anand couldn't get there and stuff. But I guess that's not his fault. But this Danilov guy, man, he's got to go. Real quickly, let's take a look at the. I'm very curious. I know there's been problems with ChessBase working on this monitor, but so forgive me if you can't really see or working when I do the videos. I don't know why that happens, but people have said that it's a problem sometimes. So there was a key moment was I was curious about. Taking on c5. Not taking on c5. Taking here. Oh, he does go bishop a6. Wow, not bishop d5. What did I... Oh, we just take back. Jeez. My God. Out of my mind. That works even better. Still feel like this move, man. But, oh... I still like it. King d6, it says. Yeah, I guess the key is to have that bishop in play. Alright. And black has according to Fritz, black's like slightly better. It's basically equal. I still feel like black has to be a little careful, but probably it's okay. But yet this bishop a6 move. Now we must take, and now rook takes, it gives, and then we're going to win this bishop, because if king here, somehow we queen the pawn. You just make a queen, they can't stop us. Cool stuff. Alright. Well, there you have it. So if you want to follow the games like this, like a more manageable version of the U.S. World Championship game where you don't have to watch all day, you can do that, because I won't give anything away since I don't even know what happens. You can work through the game with me each day. Clearly, I sometimes don't know everything that's happening, but I'm not the worst player ever, so I understand some things sometimes. Anyway, that's all. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.